Hello and welcome to another episode of the Shop Walk here at Iconic Motorbikes. It is Wednesday, December 18th, and we've got a few cool things to share with you. We're actually going to start with one of my personal bikes. I apologize that this is so dirty right now. I rode it in the rain and I haven't had a chance to clean it, but let's ignore that for a moment and let's talk a little bit about Bimotas. So this is my personal Tesi 3D commuter. Daniel has it up on his lift. He's helping me do a couple of things. The main thing, all right, if I could have you come up close here, there is a chain guard. There's the stock chain guard, which kind of rests roughly there. And it's hard to tell, maybe it's not hard to tell, but it cracked. Just maybe I wasn't being good enough about keeping my chain in spec, but something was whapping on it and it broke. So we ordered a replacement. You can see how much longer it's supposed to be. So that's the OEM replacement. Daniel, our shop manager, thinks he can do better, and he did. So he started, so this is the OEM replacement. This is something he 3D printed as a mock-up just to get a feel for it, right? And then, all right, so again, just for reference, it vaguely goes here. One thing that you may note, there's two metal things that have cracked. These tabs are supposed to be used to mount the chain guard. And, oh sorry, this is for the slider, this is for the guard, and so I put about 17,000 miles on this bike, and it vibrates a lot, this V-twin. It's a lot of fun, it's very torquey, but it shakes, and those things have cracked. So, Daniel is building, he 3D printed this at home, it's pretty cool. He's building a variant of the OEM chain guard, which adds this loop, which will do two things. One, obviously, it just makes it more secure, and two, I think I just said chain guard. I didn't mean that, but like, the slider here. But so one, it adds more protection. So if the chain is a little bit loose and you're kind of coming off on the throttle, that kind of thing, it's not going to whack against the swing arm, and it's tapered on this side, which is pretty slick, and it'll just hit this instead of the metal. And keep going. So pretty impressive. Daniel's really slick with that kind of thing. He's also super modest. I asked him to talk about it in the video, and he said, no, not until I perfect it. So Daniel will show this off later when he's got something more finalized, but I just really proud of him. I think that's cool, and I want to show off his work for a moment there. So I don't know, a couple days I'll have my baby back and I get to ride that. Tell you what, let's trade, if you don't mind. Get on that side, and I'll get on this side, because I get to talk more about Daniel. This is a Ducati Monster 900. Daniel, what year is your bike? 98, thank you. So he is seriously considering racing this in ARMA with us. So the air-cooled 904 motor, that qualifies for Battle of the Twins, I believe 2. So we could do that, race against Triumph Thruxtons and a whole bunch of other air-cooled Ducatis. And then above 904, that's Battle of the Twins 1, and you get into larger displacement stuff. But here's hoping. He hasn't committed to it just yet, but I'm hoping we're going to see him racing ARMA with us. I'm trying to get everyone to join us for ARMA this year, and we'll talk more about that in just a moment. Hello, hello. Please equip yourself. Want everyone to hear what you have to say. We've got Angel, as always, simultaneously wearing a Kawasaki shirt and working on 2 Italian bikes.
Yeah, 2 different.
All right, talk to us. What's going on with this? We've got 916 SPS here. What's going on?
Oh, yeah. So we're doing, I guess this bike was a make run and kind of do like a restoration, get it running, but I think they also wanted it for like display, like quality also.
Yeah, so we did some paint work on it.
Yeah.
And then you've been servicing it. You were working on the fuel pump.
Yeah. So it's been sitting for a while. So yeah, we had to completely take apart the fuel pump and rebuild a lot of parts. Yeah.
And it's crazy because the bike was running with these, oh God.
Barely.
Barely, but it was running like this.
Yeah.
But obviously it wasn't gonna run for much longer. So what did you do?
Yeah, so we took it all apart. The base is over there. I've been washing the base, cleaning everything. Right now we're waiting some more parts for the fuel pump. I didn't think it was that bad until like I fully disassembled it, so we gotta wait on those. But also this one, it also had This one has the 4 injectors on there because it's the you know, SPS model. So all 4 were also clogged. So Daniel came with this cool little device for injectors. We don't have it out in display, but oh my God, it helped clean injectors so easily without taking them out of the bike.
That's really cool.
So it was pretty amazing. That's pretty cool. Hopefully we can make it better next time. So
can you come over here, Riff, just for a second, just to show? So on the high-end Ducatis, or even, I mean, some of the lower end even as well, but MS Production, that was the factory supplier for Ducati for a lot of the carbon fiber parts. I mean, look at this airbox, it's so good. It's super cool. You see this stuff, I mean, some of the bikes they do with the shower injectors, of course you have it spraying in there, but this is just a very cool carbon fiber airbox for the SPS. And of course, as a higher spec bike, you get the Olin shock and a couple of the goodies.
And it really cleaned up pretty well too. Like, even the frame is pretty cherry. That's why I have it all taped up, because it's pretty flawless. So
nice. Okay. Well, wait, that's bike 1.
Yeah, and we got it running though. So we did get it running.
Okay.
So we're just waiting for that now, and I do have all the body work. So once we get that, I'll get everything back together.
And we'll fire it up for for another shop walk in the future. Talk to me about that bike, sir.
And then, so this is a customer's bike, a walk-in, and he brought it in because it wouldn't start, but we got it fired up for him. And then we also did front tires. We're gonna do a chain service, a safety inspection. And then that's about it, really. And give it back
can you lower it? Just, I want to fire this up. So the funny, I don't know if it's funny, but small world story to this bike. This is Adam's old bike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't
it's
know
Adam's
that.
old bike. So 2017 or 2018?
I think so, something like that.
2017. I think that's what they had the green tail. Hold on just one moment. Yeah, so 17.
Okay.
So the 17s are I should have remembered this, because I love the livery because they got the green tail, and I just thought it was like a perfect complement because of the Italian red, red, white, green kind of thing. So this one,
whoever bought this has been riding it.
Oh, he's been, the guy that bought it, he definitely rides it, which is cool. Can you fire it up, please? It's got an Acura exhaust. It's even got the baffle in it right now. But I'll just give you a couple of revs, because this V4 is one of the best sounding V4s of all time.
Oh yeah.
But that's also why it's here, because it currently is in neutral, but it says second gear. So that's one of the things that we're diagnosing on it. Let me give it one last rev. I love these bikes. So thank you, sir. Nice work as always.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll steal that mic. Appreciate that. As we continue our way here, oh God, this is worth showing. Honda NSF 100. This is one of the ones that we sold. We brought a container in. I've mentioned this a few times. We brought a few Hondas in. Thanks to Ollie and Ollie's friend, we were able to work a deal with HRC. So we brought, I think it was something like 10 100s and 20 250s. So this is one of the 100s that we sold, and the gentleman that bought it is clearly using it. I mean, there's no chicken strips on this thing. He's got this GPS tracker up here. He's got the AIM Solo 2 lap timer up here. I use the same thing on my Kramer, thanks to our buddy Ted, who hooked me up with a gift. And then up front, he's got the GoPro. So he's, maybe we just need to record a little surprise video and say hi to him. But I'm glad that someone's enjoying it as it's meant to be used. So that's a cool little Honda race bike right there. Some other stuff, this Ducati, this will be going up on our auction site soon. We just sort of diagnosed an oil leak that we got to figure out. Over here, Yanni, unfortunately, has been sick this week, so we're waiting for him to come back. Hope he's doing all right. We've got my BMW K1200R here. Just needs a battery, so when Yanni decides to come back to work, he will, I don't know why I turned the key on. There's no battery in it. It was just habit. That was really slick. But I got 89,000 miles on that, so I'm looking forward to crossing 90 really soon. Speaking of BMWs, we might as well, I want to talk to Ollie, but we'll do that in just a second. This is my next Arrma race bike. So I'm still gonna do my Kramer, and we were talking about Arrma earlier, so I figured I'd just mention this real quick. This just got delivered yesterday. BMW R75/5, gonna compete in Sportsman 750 with it. It comes from a really great guy named Don, who had it on our auction site, and it's a long story as to how it ended up in my hands, so I won't bore you to death with it. But Don, he, among other things in his really interesting life, was a traveling medic for MotoGP back in the day, which is really cool. The bike's cold, so it's probably not going to enjoy this, but I figure might as well just fire it up for you real quick, because obviously it's a lot cooler to hear a bike than have me talk about it. It only runs on one though, so here we go. Let's see what this. You know, there you go. Obviously the cylinders affect lean angle, so I'm gonna have to work on my body position, but there you go. Oh, yes. Yeah. What'd you say? Sound of single? Yeah, that's a joke that all these guys have been giving me crap about. Sound of singles with my twin. Very rude. Thank you, Steve. But yeah, so it's got a couple of cool parts on it, especially this Lufmeister temp gauge there. That's super rare. I've already had a couple of people reach out to me trying to buy that. And it's got, so I think the one thing I'm really gonna do is obviously change the race number to mine, 978. It's the area code that I grew up in Andover, Massachusetts. So I'm gonna change it to 978. And then just seeing how old school and analog the bike is, I really don't care for the digital style ignition, so I'm gonna try to replace that with just like a on-off toggle. Other than that, let's go racing. Speaking of racers and Arma, we got the champion over here. What's up, buddy? He hates when I call him that, which is why I'm gonna keep calling him that.
I'm not a champion.
Well, I mean,
just because you win a race, it doesn't mean you're a champion.
Okay, fine.
Champion means
fine. Okay, you're the barber champion.
No,
you're the winner. Okay, fine. I'm gonna call you winner. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
Can we do that? Wiener. Okay, wiener. Yeah, actually, wiener is better. Yeah. I'm gonna call you wiener. That's why I prefer that. The wiener is working on a Honda NS. Actually, this is
NS250.
Yeah, it's before they even did NSR. Like, this is old school. It's like 84 model.
84, 85.
Yeah, so NS250R. So the owner of this is it's gonna go up on our auction site, no reserve. And what are you doing, sir?
Head gaskets.
Head gaskets. Oh wait, do you have them off?
Yeah, they're off.
Ooh, okay.
They're behind you.
Can you? Well, okay. Oh, well, the heads are behind me. The gaskets are over there. Well, yeah. So, you know, two-stroke heads. There you go. You can see. So Ollie's gonna have to spend some time scraping all that. Up. Yeah. Oh, this one actually came out pretty clean.
Yep.
This one not so much. But yeah, can you poke in there a little bit, or specifically trying to? I don't know. It's tough if you can get an angle on that, but you can see the water jackets and the
pistone.
What, the pistone, is that what you said? How Italian of you, wow, there you go. But cool little bike, like I said, no reserve, but it's very rare for a California plated two-stroke, and this one is California plated, which is really cool. You know, it's seen better days. It's definitely, how many miles is it? 40,000 kilometers, so roughly 25,000 miles or so. Toomey pipes, which is a cool upgrade. I think this is gonna sound good. Ollie actually had this running a couple of weeks ago.
Yep. No, it runs good, but it was pressurized in the water system.
Yeah. So you were getting coolant overflowing out of where?
It was going into the expansion tank.
Got it. Okay. So that's why he's doing the head gaskets. And yeah, I tell you what, actually, this might be a cool angle too here as well. You got the ATAC. Do you remember what that stands for? Like the automatic torque something
chamber.
Some
sort of power valve.
I should know better.
Pre-power valve or really power valve.
Exactly. Just fun, old school. It's so funny looking back in time what you thought was modern, like the coolest technology. 20 years later, like you look at like the anti-dive stuff from Suzuki, and that didn't go very well, and there's a reason why they dropped it. So anyway, this guy, and it's cool, this guy actually has a couple Iconic stickers here, hidden in places that you normally wouldn't see because the bodywork or the fairing would be on it. So we appreciate that, and you'll see this up on the auction site pretty soon with no reserve when Ollie's done with it. Do you know what's up with that?
I don't.
All right, well, we got to follow.
It's probably clearance for the thermostat housing.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, off the radiator. Okay, so that's by design.
It's a genuine ding.
Genuine. It's a Honda factory ding right there.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir. Let me steal that mic if you don't mind. Thank you kindly. And then off to Steve. Steve the professor. Oh, actually, before we, I'm trying to think. Are you ready to go right now? Yeah. All right, we'll go right now, and then we'll end on one other goofy bike. Let's have you take that, sir. Ducati 900 Dharma, the SD. Of course, the Dharmas with the tiger logo. I always love that. This one has got 30,000 miles on it.
I always thought that was aftermarket. I didn't know that.
No, that's a factory thing. Oh, and I've done some research which suggests that it's a reference to like an Italian children's cartoon or something like that with the tiger. It's kind of an interesting story, but I don't know it well enough to If I start talking about it, people are gonna yell at me for getting it wrong. So
For not knowing.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna move on, and we'll talk about this cool bike. So this is gonna be going up for our auction site. If you go back here, you can see this is a British or UK plate, and for some reason it's got a silhouette of a pig. Don't know why, but it does.
Because it weighs so much.
It does weigh a lot. This is a big girl
It's
for
not
sure.
a lightweight.
Yeah, it's not lightweight. Steve has spent all day dealing with a lot of electrical stuff. You did the carbs on it, and what else did you do?
Just looking for mostly electrical issues.
Just yeah, that's the problem with
You know,
electrical.
I had it
it's
all the way
worst.
put together, and then the dash went out, and took it all back apart again.
Yeah.
Found that problem, put it all back together again.
Electrical really, to me at least, it's the worst because you can't, like if you say, hey, I need to do carbs, well, we know how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
You want to do tires, we know how long it's going to take. You basically want to do anything on a bike, we know how long it's going to take. If it's electrical, it's a guess,
If
unfortunately.
I'm doing it, it's going to be a while.
There you go. But it looks like it's all back together and ready to go. Do you mind? Would you mind firing it up, sir? Sounds so good. Oh, Conti pipes. It's very stock. It's been repainted, but it is very stock, and it just sounds
cold.
Yeah, when it's on the colder side, it doesn't like to idle. So the carbs on it don't have chokes. There you go. The carbs don't have chokes, so if it's on the colder side, you got to do this. Let it warm up a little bit. Give me a couple revs, would you, sir? That is so cool. Thank you. Oh,
Yeah,
and then
see,
of course,
it's
yeah, it's
cold.
about to. There you go. Horn works, and I mean, can you imagine going around? What did you say it was 1980?
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine going around Italy in 1980 with this thing, passing people in Ferraris and stuff
And
like
I
that.
remember when I used to see these out at Riverside when I was racing in 1983.
Uh-huh.
And it was just like, oh my God, those things were so cool going through
Yeah.
turn 9. You know, just like, damn, you can hear them going all the way down. You know,
Yeah.
it was just,
That's a great sound for sure.
didn't realize how slow they were.
It's okay. They sound good.
Everything else was slow
That's
too,
half the
so,
battle.
yeah.
What were you, when you were racing back then? What were you riding?
83 VFR. Or Intercept.
750?
Yeah, 750 Intercept.
Okay. Cool.
My
Well,
first
there you
race
go.
bike.
Excellent. So that's what we got here. I'm going to steal that mic from you, sir. Thank you very much. And we're going to end with this little bike over here. This. Oh boy, I am a huge Bimota nerd. I think if you've been watching us, you know that by now. My personal commuter is at Tesi 3D. We started the video, so it almost seems like a good symmetry to start and end with a Bimota. This is a DB4, the Mantra. It is, if you know anything about Bimotas, the D at the beginning tells you that it's powered by Ducati, which funny enough, it actually says that, there you go, on the belly pan right there. But it is a 900 SS motor. They took that motor and built this out of it. So obviously the bodywork, the frame, I mean, if you look at the frame on this, then the giant frame plugs with the Bimota logo on it, that's pretty interesting to me. Also interesting to me is, if you could come this way, it's a 2-cylinder bike. It has 4 pipes. Normally Bimota is about saving weight, but you know, someone missed the memo on that. But yeah, do a little walk around if you don't mind. One of our clients acquired this independently, and is going to have our service department go through it before he has us ship it to his place in the southeast. You can see there's plenty of carbon fiber bits, which is cool. But I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a bike styled anything like this, for better or worse. The craziest thing though, if you come this way, so you got the carbon fiber surround, bam, fake wood dash. Someone here called it like a Buick. I can't remember who it was. Buick, like Steve says it's not as good as his Mercedes, which is true. But yeah,
So it probably is like a Buick.
it's just crazy. A simulated wood dash. It's got these high clip-ons, and actually you can kind of see, I don't know, over the years, whatever. Somehow it's come up, so we're gonna have to address that. But oh, and then of course the Mantra. These were sold in yellow and red, and the tank is not where you might think. One second. There we go. A little sticky. So the tank's a bit lower, and because of that you get some cubby space. There's a toolkit and then a Bimota cover, pretty hard to find, so that's cool. Excited for the owner on that. And yeah, that's the basic. Really, it's a very polarizing bike. You either like it or you don't. A lot of it just going to depend on your preference for styling. I do want to fire it up for you real quick though. So let me do that. Oh, I apologize. I'm going to put this down for just a moment because to start it, even if you're in neutral, you have to have the sides stand up. Oh, before I even fire it up, check this out. How goofy is this? That's your odometer reset. It sticks out of the fairing. And that's how you reset it. We've had another Mantra come through here for service. That wasn't there and they are not available. So as goofy as it is good that this bike has it. All right, enough of me talking. Let's fire this up. You know, 5,850 miles on this. Styling wise, it's not for me, but I will say it is insanely comfortable. I could definitely put 1,000 miles in 24 hours on this kind of bike if you're doing an iron butt ride or something like that. When it comes to Bimota, they are one of the featured marks for the Quail motorcycle gathering that's happening, I don't know, early May or something like that. So Adam and I will be there for sure. I'm actually gonna ride my Tesi 3D up there and have it as part of the show. Hopefully you join us. If you have a Bimota, great. If not, no worries. Rent one of our GS's or ride your own bike. We'll do a group ride up there. We did it last year. It was a great time. Come on up. The Quail's an amazing show. Iconic will be a sponsor. We'll have a presence there. So we hope to see you there and hope you enjoyed this week's shop walk or this day's shop walk. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.